my YouTube channel ViewMaths. Today we are going to learn application of derivative, maxima and minima. If you're watching me first time, do subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notifications of all my latest videos. So let's start. Application of derivatives. This is a very important chapter because here we understand the use of derivative in engineering applications. Maxima and minima is one of the important application of derivative. Let us start with the function y is equal to fx. So we have taken a random function y is equal to fx and we have taken a random graph of y is equal to fx also. Let us observe this graph. We have few peak points and few the lowest points also in this graph. So let us draw tangents at the highest and the lowest points. This is the highest point, this is the lowest point. Let us draw a tangent. What we observe, tangent is a straight line which is parallel to x-axis. So at highest and lowest point, tangents are parallel to x-axis. So what angle does this tangent make with x-axis? What is the angle between two parallel lines? It is 0 degree. So this means the tangent is making an angle of 0 degree with x-axis. Now, what is the slope of tangent? Slope of tangent is nothing but m is equal to tan theta, which we have studied in straight line chapter. Now here in terms of derivatives, if we have to explain the slope, we say m is equal to tan theta, which is equal to dy by dx. So these are the points A, Q, M, T, U are the highest and the lowest points where tangent is drawn and parallel to x-axis. Now we are deriving an important condition from there. The angle between the tangent and the straight line is 0. Okay. Let us move down and see m is equal to dy by dx, which is equal to tan theta. Okay. Now put theta is equal to 0 degree. So tan 0 and tan 0 is equal to 0. So the important conditions which has come out from this statement is dy by dx is equal to 0. Where dy by dx is equal to 0? At highest and lowest point. And this has become the necessary conditions of maxima and minima. So we can see that the necessary condition for maxima and minima is dy by dx is equal to 0. So what you have to remember, for any maxima or minima, dy by dx is equal to 0. This is the condition you have to remember. Okay. Moving to the next point, the points x is equal to a, you can see x is equal to a, b, c, d, e. These are the points on x-axis where the maximas and minimas are obtained. Okay. These points are known as stationary points. What do you call it? Stationary points. What are those stationary points? The points where the possibility of getting maxima and minima a maximum. Okay. So these are called as stationary point. Moving to the third one, the maximum value of the function is given by the length of the ordinate AB at x is equal to a. I'll show it in this figure. Let us read this. The minimum value of the function is given by the length of the ordinate PQ at the point x is equal to AB, and both are obtained by substituting x is equal to a and x is equal to b in the function. What does it mean? Let us move to the figure. The maximum value of the function is this one, AB. This ordinate, length of this ordinate, this straight line is called as the maximum value of the function, where at the point x is equal to a, not this a, at the point x is equal to a. This is a maximum point and this is maximum value. This is minimum point because here minima is obtained, and this length of PQ is called as the minimum value of the function in this range. Now we have several maximas and several minimas. Okay. So let us move to the working rule, how we do the problem of maxima and minima. Suppose a maxima and minima is given. How do we solve this problem? So let us move to the working rule. For maxima and minima. The very first step is find dy by dx. Whatever function is given to you, differentiate and find the dy by dx. The second step is you have to write this statement. This is compulsory to write over there. For any maxima or minima, dy by dx is equal to 0. If you equate dy by dx is equal to 0, you have to give the reason why you are equating it to 0. So you have to, the reason is for any maxima or minima, dy by dx is equal to 0. This is a necessary condition. So we are doing it. Then you will get an equation. Then that algebraic equation is to be solved. Mostly it is a quadratic equation. It may be a cubic equation also. Okay. Solve the equation and find the values. What values you will get? Those stationary points A, B, C, D. Those points you will get here. Up to second step. Now at x is equal to a, we have seen in this graph that a, there was a maxima. But in the problem, we are not drawing the graph. How do we know there is maxima at a and minima at b? There can be a minima at a also. So we have to move to the third step where we decide mathematically whether there is maxima or not. So to decide maxima or minima at a point, we find d2y by dx square, that is the second derivative. So we have to find out second derivative. After finding second derivative, substitute x is equal to a here, and if the value comes negative, less than 0, then there is maxima at a. And if the value comes greater than 0 or positive, then there is minima at b. And suppose neither less than 0 nor greater than 0, it is equal to 0, which rarely happens. But if it is equal to 0, then it is an intermediate point. There is neither maxima nor minima. I have just illustrated this point. When d2y by dx is equal to 0, then there is neither maxima nor minima. Okay. Now, moving to the step 4, find maximum and minimum values of the function. How do we find that ordinate? The length of the ordinate is the value of the function. But mathematically, how do we calculate? Substituting x is equal to a and x is equal to b in the given function. The value we get is called as the maximum and minimum value. Now we are discussing over the type of problems of maxima and minima. What type of problems you will be getting? There are, basically we can classify into two types of sums. What are these two types? There is first type where the function is given in the problem. Function is given. You can start working rule, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, you get answer. And the type 2 problems where the function is not given, it will be a word problem, function will not be given to you, and some conditions are given. On the basis of those conditions, we have to derive the function first. After constructing the function, we have to apply these 4 steps. So the additional part is to construct a function on the basis of the conditions given in the problem. Let us move to the problem of the type 1. Example 1. Find maximum and minimum value of the function y is equal to 2x cube minus 15x square plus 36x minus 4. The problem is given here. Now you can see that this function is already given in the problem. So this is a problem of the type 1 where function is already given. So no need to construct because it's already given. Let us apply the steps and calculate it. Okay. What is the first step? Find dy by dx. So let us differentiate this function. Dy by dx is equal to derivative of x cube is 3x square into 2 6x square. Derivative of x square is 2x into 15 30x. Derivative of x is 1 36 into 1 36 and derivative of constant is 0. So finally what we get, dy by dx is equal to 6x square minus 30x plus 36. Now moving to the step 2. For any maxima or minima, dy by dx is equal to 0. And we have to solve the equation. So let us equate this dy by dx. Just substitute 0 here. So 6x square minus 30x plus 36 is equal to 0. This is the condition. Now all terms are divisible by 6. So let us divide the whole equation by 6. So we get x square minus 5x plus 6. It is a simple quadratic equation. You would have studied in 9th or 10th standard. Let us factorize it. So it's a simple equation where we can find the factors as x minus 2, x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay. And equating it to 0 individually, we get the values of x is equal to 2 and 3. This 2 and 3 are the stationary points. Now, we do not know whether there is maxima at 2 or minima at 2. Then what we will do? Let us move to the third step. To decide maxima or minima, we find d2y by dx square. So where is dy by dx? Here. So let us, I have already written there. So now this dy by dx is to be differentiated again. So derivative of x square is 2x into 6, 12x minus derivative of x is 1. So 30 into 1 is 30 plus 36. Derivative of 36 is 0. So let us check at x is equal to 2. Substituting x is equal to 2 here. So 12 into 2 minus 30. So 24 minus 30 is minus 6. So it is less than 0 or a negative. Now you can see that how do you read this part? I explain it again. d2y by dx square. The single bracket is read as at, at. So d2y by dx square at x is equal to 2. Okay, so at x is equal to 2, the value is negative. That means there is maxima at x is equal to 2. Let us check at x is equal to 3 also. Substituting x is equal to 3, 12 into 3, 36 minus 30 is plus 6. So it's a positive, greater than 0. So there is minima at x is equal to 3. Now coming to the step 4, find maximum and minimum values of the function. Now we already know that there is maxima at x is equal to 2. If you substitute x is equal to 2 in the function y, you will get the maximum value. So y maximum at x is equal to 2. Substituting x is equal to 2 in the function and we get the value 24. Similarly, y minimum, there is minima at 3. So by substituting the value 3, we will be getting minimum value. So y minimum at x is equal to 3 is equal to 2 into 3 cube minus 15 into 3 square plus 36 into 3 minus 4, and the answer becomes 23. So this way we have to solve. If it is asked find maximum and minimum value, so we have to find this is the maximum value 24 and the minimum value is 23. Moving to the type 2 sums. Which are these type 2 sums? Where the function is not given. We have to construct a function on the basis of the given conditions. Now read the question. Divide 20 into 2 parts such that the product of one and cube of other one is maximum. Okay. Now function is not given. There are two conditions given here. Now first of all, we have to construct a function. Function means y. What is y here? This is to be identified. How can you identify y? We have to read the question from the reverse way. Maximum is one other on the cube and product. So product is to be maximized. So which quantity, which physical entity is to be maximized, that will become y. This is the tip. Okay. So please keep it in mind कि while reading the sums, what is to be maximized or what is to be minimized, that physical entity, that will become the function y. Now you have to keep eye on the product. The product will be y. Okay. Now let us decide the number first. We have to divide 20 into two parts. So let one number is x, so other will be 20 minus x. They are two numbers. Okay. Now see the note. I given a note here. The physical entity or anything which is be maximized or minimized. It's already given in the problem that I have clearly mentioned here. In this problem, the product will be maximum. How to construct a product? There are two ways. We have constructed a product. It says the product of one number and cube of other one is maximum. So one number is x, other one is 20 minus x. So x into 20 minus x cube of the other one. Now here the problem comes. Sometimes when you are in exam, in tension, you just forget the expansion of a minus b whole cube, that formula. Suppose you don't know the formula. If you know, it's very well. But if you don't know what you will do, then we have a flip type of arrangement here. That what we saw, one number is x, other one is 20 minus x. But this is not fixed, which will be the first number. So you can take 20 minus x and cube of x. That can also be done. Let us make the cube of the first one. Okay. So this way you have no need to expand by using a minus b whole cube. Okay. Multiply this. So p is equal to, p is the product, is equal to 20 x cube minus x raised to 4. Got it? Now function is constructed. Y is equal to p and the right side is in terms of x. So what will be our first step? The first step will become find dp by dx, not dy by dx. It's a dp by dx. So what is dp by dx here? 60x square minus 4x cube. How do we get it? Derivative of x cube is 3x square into 20 is 60x square minus derivative of x raised to 4, 4x cube. Okay. So got dp by dx. What is the step 2? For any maxima or minima, dp by dx is equal to 0. Let us equate it to 0. We are simplifying and 4x is equal to 60. So we get x is equal to 15. So got the number. But we do not know whether product will be maximum or minimum. So we have to go for the third step. What is the third step? To decide maxima or minima, we find d2y by dx square. So dy by dx is this. So d2y by dx square is differentiating one more time. So 2x into 60 is 120x minus 12x square. Let us substitute x is equal to 15 here. 120 into 15 minus 12 into 15 square. So calculating this, we get the answer as minus 900, negative. So what this negative sign indicates? It indicates that there is maxima at x is equal to 15. So it is proved that the product will be maximum. So product will be maximum at x is equal to 15. So one number is 15. So what is the other part? 20 minus 15. So it becomes 5. So hence the numbers are 15 and 5. That is the final answer. Let us do one more problem basis on the type 2. A rectangular sheet of metal 16 centimeter cross 10 centimeter. This is the dimension of the sheet, rectangular sheet. Has 4 equal square portions removed from the 4 corners and sides are turned up to form an open rectangular box. Find the depth of the box if its volume is maximum. So there is a rectangular sheet. 4 equal square portions are removed from the 4 corners. I just show you in this figure. This is first figure where 16 centimeter is the length, 10 centimeter is the width of a rectangular sheet. Look at the second figure. You can see that the 4 equal square portions are marked. Since it is a square, so both all sides are equal. So let the side be x. So all sides will be x, and all 4 squares are same. So all are length and breadth of all 4 squares will be x only. Okay. So these 4 portions are removed. Now you can focus on the third figure here. In third figure, you can see that 4 portions, square portions are removed. So what is the length of the box now? These are the flaps which will be folded up and we can form an open rectangular box. So this will become the length and this will become the width from it, and this will become the height or depth. Okay. So length is L. What is the total length? 16 centimeter. How much is removed? X plus x, 2x. So length will be 16 minus 2x. What will be the 16 minus 2x? And what will be the width? Total is 10. 2x are removed. So this will become 10 minus 2x. And what will be the depth? Depth will be x. This flap will go up. Okay. So length is 16 minus 2x. Breadth is 10 minus 2x. And depth is equal to x, which is written here. Okay. So let us find out the volume. Okay, how do we know whether we have to find out the volume? Now look at I told you in the beginning that we have to focus on the physical entity which is to be maximized or minimized. I'll show you the problem again. Now you can see that the volume is maximum. We have to find the depth of the box if its volume is maximum. So volume is to be maximized. Volume is going to be the function y. Okay, let us come down now. So volume is constructed. You can see the volume. What is the volume of a rectangular box? L into B into H. So volume, length is 16 minus 2x, breadth is 10 minus 2x, and height is equal to x. Multiplying all these three. First multiply the 2 and then multiply the third one. And we are getting V is equal to 4x cube minus 52x square plus 160x. This is the function which we have generated. This is the function which we have generated. V is equal to 4x cube minus 52x square plus 160x. Now once a function is generated, let us start with the procedure, working rule. What is the first step? Find dv by dx, not dy by dx. It is dv by dx. This is the volume. Differentiate it. We are getting 12x square minus 104x plus 160. Okay. For any maxima or minima, dv by dx is equal to 0. The second step. So how do we find it? Let us equate the equation to 0. Now we can see that all these three coefficients are divisible by 4. So let us simplify this. Divide the whole equation by 4. We are getting 3x square minus 26x plus 40. Now this is a simple quadratic equation. Correct. So we have to solve it. How do we solve it? Multiply 40 and 3. 3 into 40 is 120. Now find the two factors of 120 whose sum is 26. So 20 into 6 is 120 and 20 plus 6 is equal to 26. So let us do these two factors. So 3x square minus 20x minus 6x plus 40. What is common in these two? X. What is common in these two? Minus 2. Okay. So 3x minus 20 is common. X minus 2 is common. Equal to 0. So we get two values, 2 and 20 by 3. Now here we will take only 2. We will not take 20 by 3. Why? The reason is 20 by 3 is 6.66. Now if we can show in 6.66, if x is equal to 6.66, I insert another sheet and show you the figure here again. Now just focus here. X is equal to 6.66. This x is also 6.66. So total is 13.2 something approximately. How can you cut 13 from the total length of 10? Is it possible? The total width is 10 and you have to cut more than 13 centimeter. Is it possible? No. So we call it as an absurd answer. What do we call it? Absurd. And that is the reason we are considering only x is equal to 2. Okay. Now moving to the third step, we have to check whether volume is maximum. Now we got the answer. The depth is x is equal to 2 centimeter. That is okay. But we do not know whether the depth is 2, then volume will be maximum or minimum. This is to be checked. So we are moving to the third step. To decide maximum or minima, we find d2y by dx square, d2v by dx square. So let us find dv by dx is given. So differentiate it again. It will become 24x minus 104. Now d2v by dx square at x is equal to 2. Substitute x is equal to 2. So 24 into 2, 48 minus 104 is minus 56. So it has come negative. Once it is negative, that means there is maxima. So we can say that the volume is maximum at x is equal to 2 centimeter. Hence the depth of the box is 2 centimeter for maximum volume. So this way we have covered both type of sums where the function is directly given and where the functions are not directly given but given in terms of conditions. Then you have to construct a function. Dear students, maxima and minima is explained with the various type of examples. Hope you would have understood the concept and the method very well. If so, do share and like the video. Thanks for watching. Stay connected.